If you want to do absolutely anything in life, this is the one single thing that you need. You cannot neglect your mindset, because if you neglect your mindset, everything else is going to fail, because this is the absolute foundation of absolutely anything, whether it's business, fitness, relationship. It all comes down to this. So I'm going to teach you how to build a solid mindset that has allowed me to run 8 marathons in the last 9 months, including 1 ultra marathon. It's allowed me to start multiple online businesses, start making content on social media. It all takes a mindset. The most common phrase that you associate with mindset that I'm going to go on to first is discipline. And people get discipline slightly wrong. Is they think it's this, oh yeah, go out, run 5 in the morning, yeah, fuck the pain, I love the pain. There's a place for that, but discipline is actually just systems, and it's building systems that allow you to enjoy the process and allow you to actually stick to the process, because your willpower is finite. Sure, do hard things, I absolutely agree with that, it's good for your mental strength, but you want to build systems. You want to make life easy for yourself. For example, of fat loss, don't fill your house with sugar. For the example of going to the gym, go to a gym that's close by, go to the gym at the same time every single day. Maybe it's 6 a.m. in the morning or 6 p.m. in the evening. It's building lifestyle systems that are so clear that make discipline easy. That is what it is all about. And to be more disciplined, what have we got to do as well? We have to sleep. If you aren't sleeping right, you're making all of this 100 times harder. There is no way on earth that you are going to be incredibly disciplined if you're not sleeping, because your willpower's gone, you can't really be bothered, you can't think properly, you can't think logically when you are say you're sleeping 3-4 hours a night. Don't even bother. Fix your fucking sleep first before you even think about any of this. Systems, sleep. And then the next thing I want to go on is how to develop discipline. And it's just this. It's very, very simple. Resistance. If you want to learn how to act disciplined, you need to seek something you feel resistance towards and go and do it. And overcome that feeling of resistance again and again and again. And this is how you develop discipline. An example is if I said to you, if I pointed at a girl on the street and I said, go up to her right now and ask for a number, you can imagine the feeling you'd have, that feeling of like resistance that is actually stopping you from doing it. That is what you need to seek every single day. Do hard things. It's called your daily disciplines. Go and do them, and that is how you become disciplined. I thought as well, I will just define discipline for you in my own words, is the ability to consistently do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. That to me is what discipline means. It is not going out and just doing 5 a.m. cold plunges. That doesn't make you disciplined. It's doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. You can find it easy, you can find it hard, but every single thing that needs to be done gets done regardless. That is literally what it is. And then it just sort of brings me on, this ties into the last point as well. The next fundamental in mindset is consistency, because consistency is practically everything. If you can't consistently do anything, you're never going to be able to make progress in that thing, because consistency is 80% of the actual task at hand. If you could just learn to be consistent, you've already made it the majority of the way there. Because you're going to make it eventually. It becomes not if, it's just when. That is the mindset you need to have. How do you develop consistency? It sounds ironic, but be consistent. And let me explain what I mean first before you think that sounds stupid. Pick something very easy that you can do every single day, like 5 push-ups. Everyone can do 5 push-ups. If you can't, I don't even know what to say. 5 push-ups in a day. You just do 5 push-ups every single day, 7 days a week. That is being consistent in it. What this is doing, it's not giving you any gains or benefits. You're not growing a massive chest. You are just doing something consistently. And what this does is it trains your mind to shift your identity to now say you are a consistent individual. Because if you cannot be consistent, you are in trouble, because this is the foundation of every single thing in life. Getting good at anything, winning anything, you need to have consistency. It's a non-negotiable. And then the next fundamental is your beliefs. If your belief systems are fucked, you're going to find it very hard to take action on things. If you believe that, for example, in fat loss, if you believe you are someone who has a slow metabolism and you find it very hard to lose fat, you're just never going to take action on it. You need to fix your belief systems, and this is done through information. If I was making a video on fat loss and you were watching it and I said to you, you can lose fat as easy as anyone else, you just need to do this, you just need to be in a calorie deficit, it's not your slow metabolism, you're being exposed to information that is attacking this belief, and hopefully you don't fight against it and it starts to shift that belief. This happens, we have beliefs about absolutely everything. I believe that this is blue. I believe that this whiteboard pen is blue, which it is. To me, that is a belief that I'm very confident in my own mind. Everything is a belief, and beliefs shape how you act, and how you act is going to determine what your life actually looks like. So it's about information, it's about environment, and with this I mean people specifically, is the people you surround yourself with. If you're surrounded by people who share the same beliefs, you are going to naturally have them beliefs as well. If you're surrounded by people who believe that being gay is bad and it's a sin, I don't believe that, but obviously a lot of people have that opinion. If your whole family has that opinion, you are going to have that opinion. If everyone in your family is fat and they believe that everyone in the family is naturally fat, you're just going to stay fat. You've got to shift your beliefs no matter what your family thinks, no matter what they say. Expose yourself to the right information, change your environment, and take action. Because if you don't take action on anything ever, you're never really going to reaffirm any new beliefs. You need to start acting on information. That is what it is all about. Shifting your beliefs is taking action on information. And then what you do is you get a feedback loop where it just keeps going and going, and that is how we scientifically change our beliefs. Is just iteration and iteration and doing, getting feedback, seeing results, taking action again on this new belief, and it's just a reaffirming loop. But as a whole, those are the basic fundamentals of mindset. Obviously there's more to it, but you need to get the absolute foundations down first. But apart from that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found some value from it, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.